intermediate part of the field. Another guy I fell in love with was Malik Nabers. I know you're high on him. One of the things that struck me, and I actually went to Twitter and just kind of watched, and it was just one play on each, and it just so happened that it was that he and because I wanted to see kind of like how he moved compared to Jamar Chase, because they're almost the same size, 6 foot, about 200 pounds. And there was a play that just, I mean, it just started with a pass to the left, and they just kind of like ran through the defense, and it just so happened it was very similar. I know you haven't comped to someone else, but the Malik Nabers, I mean, the LSU offense was so fun, and it was because of Malik Nabers. I'd love to hear what you think.
So Marvin Harrison Jr. is a little bit like smooth jazz. I think music, when you watch him, the way that he moves. Malik Nabers is like, if you're familiar with the Pixies, the way the start, that like the immediate like power and like kind of one of those like get you off balance, the way that Kurt Cobain kind of grew out of that, and the early Nirvana type stuff is like, I feel like that's Malik Nabers as a wide receiver, where he just has, it's just like this herky jerky explosion. It's just, it's very fun to watch, and it's kind of, I don't know how strong of a technically receiver is, because he's just able to go from, it feels like standing still to moving 60 miles per hour, like that, just that immediate pop that is very, very rare. And so his ability to create with the ball in his hands, his ability to open up and separate vertically, definitely has that in spades. And so I like him quite a bit in terms of, and I said this, and I do the Thursday night Audible Live with Matt Waldman. He was on it early, but I kind of mentioned it too, that Nabers could easily be a better fantasy wide receiver than Marvin Harrison Jr. when you look at the way the current NFL is structured, and the way that they want to get the ball in these guys' hands and allow them to create, to be able to stack that volume, to be able to stack those 13 to 15 targets or whatever it might be within a game. We talk about Puka Nacua early in the show, and that's a player that brings a tremendous amount of physicality to the wide receiver position. Nabers has some of that as well, but on a much higher level explosion. And so he's a very, very fun watch, very, very fun player. He has that great ability. And again, like I go back to it in my mind of like just kind of that early 90s, late 80s, like just that stop start, like rock, alt rock roll music. Like when I watch him play, it feels like,
oh man, you remind me, another band that remind me of is the Violent Femmes, who did the yep. So yeah, I can totally see that. Can you imagine him like on a team, on a dome team? And just, I mean, how fun that would be if he ended up like, I mean, I don't think he'll last to Indianapolis or something like that, but something like that, a team that plays on the fast track. I think it could really be, I mean, actually it could be the Chargers. So it could be something like that. So he's definitely going to be going off in that range. Yeah, he's so fun. He's so fun. Well,